Vietnam, Mitt Romney's war, men were forced to serve through the draft whether they supported the war or not. A draft that Mitt Romney did, in fact, evade by using a special draft deferment allowed only to Mormon men. Whoopi Goldberg was closer to the truth than Ann Romney acknowledged. Ann Romney is right that serving in the military is not against the Romney family religion. But the complete truth includes the fact that young Mormon men were allowed to use a special deferment that no one else was allowed to use. To avoid being killed in Vietnam and to avoid becoming one of the 58,000 Americans killed in Vietnam. But this is important. Not all Mormon men made Mitt Romney's choice. Not all of them hid behind the special deferment that they were offered. Some Mormon men did their missionary service for their church and served in Vietnam. Brave Mormon men were killed in Vietnam. Men Mitt Romney's age, while Mitt Romney was sitting out the war in France. Serving in war is not against the Romney family religion, but it is against the Romney family tradition of safely and always pursuing self-interest. Mitt Romney's father, George Romney, did not serve in the war of his era, World War II. You might have heard of that one. And George Romney's father never considered joining the American military because he spent much of his early life in Mexico, where the Romney family was hiding out from the enforcement of American laws against polygamy. Mitt Romney's great-grandfather brought the family to Mexico, where he was able to keep his 5 wives. Needless to say, Miles Park Romney, who hated the laws of the United States so much that he fled the country, never considered joining the military of a country whose laws he found so personally oppressive. Since Romney men have no idea what the weight of military service actually feels like, Mitt Romney was able to actually say this the first time he ran for president, when he was asked, "How many of your 5 sons are currently serving in the military?"
One of the ways my sons are showing support for our nation is helping to get me elected because they think I'd be a great president.
The Romney men's refusal to serve in the military while championing every war that comes along and urging us into another one in Iran right now, that continues to intrigue inquiring reporters.
All of you served your church going on missions. Did you ever consider serving your country by putting on a uniform, by serving in the military?
You know, I think we can look at the guys who serve in the military, men and women, and just say that's the biggest sacrifice you can make for your country. It's nothing any of us did, but we look at those guys with a tremendous amount of respect.
And Ben, do you regret you never served?
You know, I look at my own family right now, and I'm in residency, and I spend a lot of my time at the VA hospital. I get to work with vets who have made great sacrifices for this country, and I look at their lives, and hopefully I get to serve them a little bit too.
Cowards! Notice that Romney men did not dare answer the question that was asked. Did you ever consider serving your country by putting on a uniform? Do you regret not serving? They didn't answer that question, but I can answer it for them. And the Romney men answer is, are you kidding me? We're Romney men. We're afraid of serving in the military. Every one of us. We always have been, and that's even before we found out how much it pays. The flawlessly consistent intergenerational combat cowardice of Romney men makes today's threat of physical violence from a Romney man all the more surprising. Mitt Romney's oldest son, Taggart Romney, was the guest of honor on a North Carolina radio show yesterday.
Okay, I'm going to ask something I know a lot of people want to know, or at least I do. What is it like for you to hear the President of the United States call your dad a liar? How do you react to that?
Well, jump out of your seat and you want to rush down the debate stage and take a swing at him, but you know you can't do that because, well, first because there's a lot of Secret Service between you and him, but also because this is the nature of the process, that, you know, they're going to try to do everything they can do to try to make my dad into someone he's not. we signed up for it. We got to kind of sit there and take our punches, and then send them right back the other way.
Okay, Taggart. Let's have a little talk, just you and me. When I hear you talk about taking a swing and taking punches, why do I get the feeling that you've never actually taken a punch or thrown a punch? I didn't have that luxury in the part of Boston that I grew up in, but in your rich, suburban Boston life, with your father filling $100 million trust fund for you, I don't know. I just get the feeling that things were kind of different for you. Now, I know you've got a lot to be pissed off at these days, starting with the name Taggart, which you've got every right to be wicked pissed off at for every day of the 42 years of your life. So let me try to help you deal with all this aggression you're feeling right now. You're mad at President Obama for calling your father a liar? Well, let's get something straight. He didn't call your father a liar. I did. The president just said that what your father said isn't true. I've been saying all year that your father is a liar. I've repeatedly said that your father lies and is trying to lie his way into the White House. So, you want to take a swing at someone for calling your old man a liar? Take a swing at me. Come on. Come on. And don't worry. There won't be any Secret Service involved. Just us. And I'll make it easy for you. I'll come to you. Anytime, anywhere. Go ahead, Taggart. Take your best shot.